turn that up, shall we?
Yo, 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 yo. Welcome to the 317 Sports Project with Penn and Pops. I am Penn.
Pops, yep.
Yes, it is indeed. We are back, homies. It has been about a month. We took the Christmas break, the Thanksgiving break, and all of the breaks off. We needed the month. Zach Pops had a new job he was starting. Stuff was real, and you know what it is? Schools take breaks. We had to take a little break.
Yeah, we need a little siesta.
It's a long season. Yeah. It's a long season. It's a long 9-month season. But welcome. We are back. Episode 43. Perfectly entitled.
Let a Naysayer know.
You know what it is, y'all.
LANK.
You know what it is, y'all. Quite truthfully, it's also our 2-year anniversary episode, and we almost named it that, but like it just doesn't have the same ring as Let a Naysayer know. So let's just be real. It is Tuesday, January 9th, which means this episode drops on Friday, January 12th at 10 a.m. Everywhere that you couples podcast. Mic checks. POPS. I'm gonna go first.
Okay.
You got some dope shit going on. I want you to you guys see.
Okay.
I want you to take the reins on what you got going. So I'm just gonna kick it off.
Yeah.
It's been a long ass week sports wise for me personally, y'all. I can't lie. I was in Naptown on Saturday and Sunday. Took that L. That hurt a great deal. The Pacers lost on Saturday. Did we come back and get that dub yesterday? We'll talk, but it's been a long week for me. Sports wise, I had to actually take a break on Sunday from sports. I took a 24-hour break. Writing this sheet was therapeutic, but was really tough for me to do all the research because homie's still sad. I'm not going to front. What is this? Oh, but I did go and see some updates on the shoebox, which is the clean kicks truck we've been talking about. We'll have updates more on that, and that made me feel really good. But sports wise, it was a shitty week for me.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Yeah.
But enough about me.
Oh, man.
What are you even allowed to share?
What?
Got some dope shit going on.
To talk about. So the break allowed me to declutter my mind, which was great.
Yes.
We always talk about New Year's. People have New Year's resolutions in this. I kind of have I don't call them resolutions because it's just a thing where people start and then you don't finish them and all this kind of stuff. But one of the things that I always will reflect on is like, what could I do better at this year in the new version of me?
Ooh.
Right? The 2024 version of Pops. What could I do better? And that was decluttering my space.
I love that.
Because allowing to live in a clutter-filled living space is not going to allow good energy to come in
the congregation.
If I keep asking for things in the universe, they're going to go, you ain't got room for it. Where am I going to set it?
Preach.
Don't have room for it. So, therapeutic to declutter and organize your open space, your living space. So I did my closet. My closet was fucking crazy.
He had 10 bags of stuff.
I had 10 bags between garbage and donation.
10 bags.
10 trash bags full.
How many bags you think y'all got?
And again, people are like, wow, you threw it. Like, no, I got rid of clothes that I knew weren't serving me.
For sure.
And I wasn't respecting the things enough, so I said, let me give it to someone that'll cherish it more than what I am.
Boy, if you are not preaching that good gospel right now, Lord Jesus.
Right?
Y'all thought it was a sports show.
Right? So how could I do that one? Now, what has that done? It has allowed me to wake up every morning when I get ready for work. I see a open, clean, living closet. Less stuff that I got to sort through in a pile of clothes to go, what's clean, what's dirty, what's this. I can just pick my stuff, enjoy my day, and get moving so I can have a good day.
Don't he sound lighter? He sounds a little bit lighter, don't he? He sounds a little lighter.
So, declutter your stuff.
Amen.
Now, what that has done, when I say that stuff works, the first things that have happened are I've had people reach out within corporate in my new job that already want me to join committees with professional development.
Crazy.
To lead a DE&I thing within my team.
Crazy.
Yeah, it is already paying off. That energy that I've been asking for 2 years, 3 years, but still
while accumulating all that clutter.
Exactly. I removed it, and here comes the grace.
Bro, that's...
Boom.
Yep. Show some Mary. Show me some Mary.
What we got going on today? So we got quite a few.
That was beautiful, by the way.
Thank you.
That was beautiful.
Appreciate that. Very poetic. That's what I'm doing.
That was fire.
Show me some Mary. So we got NBA trade deadline looming, all that kind of stuff, injuries, all whatever we're going to talk about.
All that.
College football, just a recap of the season, right? We just had bowl games and end of season and championships and college football playoffs. We're going to talk about it all.
Amen.
Talk about some transfers, some coach carousel, all that shit. NFL, kind of similar. We got playoff matchups. This is the end of the football season, which is crazy to me.
It's crazy.
Right?
It's about to get real boring around these parts.
We got playoff matchups, again, coaching carousel, injuries, yada, yada, yada. Athletes in action.
We always got 3 or 4 black people that are completely losing their damn minds. There's always 3 or 4 black people losing their minds.
We got college basketball, check-in, men's and women's.
Gotta give it up.
Of course, we got some Naptown nudes and fine print.
For sure. We don't really know how this is going to go because it's been a month. So tonight's episode might be like a little bit longer.
But at the same time, I'm looking at it, I'm like, I don't know how it is.
It might be 124. It might be 124.37. Who absolutely knows? It depends. But we do have a new addition to the show. A quick little segment that I want to call the good, the bad, and the ugly. 3 quick hitters. The good. We'll touch on this in college football, but the Michigan Wolverines are officially the national champions. Good for you, Pops. Again, we'll talk more, but congrats. 34-13 in the Natty versus Washington. Complete domination in my retrospect, in my perspective. 15-0 undefeated season. Big Ten champs, Rose Bowl champs, national champs. That is good.
Correct.
The bad, the Los Angeles Clippers, bro. They are 4th in the West. They are 7-3 in their last 10 games. They've won 15 of 18. They are 15-4 at the crib. They have streaks of 9 wins and 5 wins. Them fools are balling. I have to admit that I might have been wrong. This is bad for the league.
Yeah,
them niggas are coming.
We never said anything about the actual talent. It's the injuries and the mental buy-in from players.
Yep.
Will Russell Westbrook buy into his role? Will James Harden not go to the strip clubs and eat chicken? All of those things.
Niggas love strip clubs and chicken.
It just can happen all of the time. So that's
both of them are full of salt.
Yeah, high sodium.
Strip clubs and chicken.
Yeah.
Both high in sodium.
High in sodium. Bad for the cholesterol. It's not good. So talking for a person that's trying to lose some weight, don't
clean out your clutter.
Yeah, clean out that clutter. So yeah, I think you're seeing, and the biggest key there is James Harden is bought in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's playing well. He has his moments to take over. He allows other people to do that. Mm-hmm. Kawhi is playing crazy. Mm-hmm. Paul's playing pretty damn well. Everyone's bought in. Clippers are dangerous.
Yes, they are. Western Conference finalists. They could be. Ty Lue's getting busy. And that is bad. The ugly, Ty. I know y'all saw it. That injury was absolutely ugly. Homie almost did the splits on the court, and grown-ass men are just not all made to be doing that. And
I can get pretty close.
That hammy, oh, Jesus, Lord have mercy. That hammy is completely jacked up. But they did, in fact, say that it was just a strain. He was carried off the court, which he obviously didn't return. Listed as day-to-day. They did do an MRI and call it a strain. 2 to 4 weeks. That was ugly. Mm-hmm. The good, the bad, and the ugly. What you got?
That's what, yeah.
Shot for shot, round 1. You want to kick it off?
I'll go. Let me turn my computer so you can't see my shit.
I love that about you.
Let's see. I'm going to start with this one. No, I'm not. I'm going to start with the other one.
Okay.
Yeah. Do I like this one? Yeah, we're going to do it. In 2003,
okay,
the Colts became the first team in NFL history to overcome a 21-point deficit with less than 4 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. What team did they beat?
Who was it? I remember this game. I want to say the New England Patriots.
Is that what you want to say?
The New England Patriots. I say the New England Patriots.
Okay. No,
damn it.
Yeah, Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Damn it, I thought it was the New England Patriots. All
Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Dungy came back and beat his old team. Oh. Yeah, we got to do that next. Hold on. Missed the first shot of the year.
You guys would be really ashamed of it. I know a lot of you probably knew the answer to that. I thought I was right. Did they come back on the Patriots once and beat them at the end? I feel like that. Damn it.
The AFC Championship to go to the Super Bowl in 2006. That could be what you're thinking of.
That's what I was thinking.
No, this was shot for shot, not
Jink for drink. That was thick. That was big.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
That was thick. That was
thick
big.
and big.
Is it thick and big, baby?
Alrighty.
Who?
Okay.
It's thick and big. It's thick and big.
Right.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Who was the first player in NBA history to lift his scoring average at least 5 points per game in 3 consecutive seasons?
Do a different question.
Former Pacer player. Do a different question.
Because it's Danny Granger. That was going to be the question I was going to ask.
Shut up, cuz. That is crazy. That is crazy. That is crazy.
So we both have to pick a different
That is
question.
crazy. I actually have 3 questions.
Perfect.
Why do I have 3 questions? That is so crazy. This should be an easy one for you. Charles Woodson won the 1997 Heisman Trophy. Who came in second?
Oh, who? Charles Woodson, 97,
Yep.
right? Came in second?
Yep.
Peyton Manning.
Yep.
Perfect.
Very well done.
Let's keep it moving.
That is so wild. How did we have the same question? You got that same thing where you got the trivia quiz? Me too, cuz. Me too, cuz. Me too. We've been on the same page like a mug. Yo, did I tell you guys that we walked in the crib and I got dressed, I took a shower after my workout, got dressed like I've never worn my Penn shirt. I'm going to put that on. This fool shows up. He's got his Michigan shirt on. He's like, hey, guess what I found from my Old Navy earlier today? Has Pops on it. I didn't even catch it. Brittany was like, did you guys do that on purpose? And I'm like, what? Penn and Pops. Complete accident. We in the building, y'all. We are in the absolute building. All right, moving on. What's next, bro? Where we at?
You shouting out people?
Oh, shout outs. First and foremost, congratulations to you, Pops.
Thanks.
2 years. You posted that picture of you and I from the Patriots game in 2016.
You and I.
WOW. Can I just get this off, please? Thank
my
you.
bad,
You
sorry.
posted that picture of you and I in 2016, 8 years ago, which was your ding, 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 where this came to be for you. 8 years later, we are celebrating our 2-year anniversary of the 317 Sports Project. 43 episodes, 425 followers on Twitter, videos everywhere, friends galore, relationships built, season ticket holders. Like, this thing is becoming a thing, and it's all because of you, dog.
Thank you. No, it was. I had won courtside seats for trivia back when they did the Crown. Was it Crown Royal?
Them chairs were fire.
Crown Royal seat giveaway. So I'd answered a question about your favorite Pacers moment. And
What was your question? What was your answer?
it was Travis Best trying to foul Shaq in the finals, and he separated his shoulder. And I put, quote, on the tweet, Superman versus Mighty Mouse. And that's what won me the contest. So, and I remember that day, I got the message. I was working at Fifth Third at the time, got the message at work, and it said, you have been chosen to win. And I was like, bullshit.
For real?
And I said, who is this? It was in the DMs and Twitter. She was like, no, I'm serious. You won. I'm blah, blah, blah with the Pacers. You can look me up. And it was like all that. Called him immediately and said, we won courtside seats. I had 4 tickets. He said, bullshit.
I swear to God. Courtside? No, he said crowd side. I'm like, crowd side? I'm like, what?
Yeah. So it was nice. Brought the wife, brought my dad. It was a lot of fun.
No doubt.
But no, I think being on the sidelines was the biggest aha moment because the way we worked the sidelines.
Fair.
We had the Pacers, support squad. I don't know what you call them.
True.
Coming up and taking pictures with us. Jesse Eisenberg, celebrity. We got him to come over and talk to us.
And he walked up to us.
And we had a 15-minute conversation with him. The Pace mates were there. We got to talk to them. I mean, we were working the sidelines from our seats.
It's true.
And it was kind of like I can see us doing this and being actually media. Like I could see it. So
no doubt. No doubt. So 2 years later, baby, we still here, still rolling, got so much more in store, having a blast, still kicking ass. Secondly, I got to give a shout out to someone who I don't think gets enough love on Twitter or as a Colts/Pacers fan, and that is our homie George Turner. The dude is that dude. He hosts the tailgate for us every week. He's a phenomenal human, diehard Colts fan, and I'm pretty sure he feels the same way about our Pacers. He's been in Indy for about 3 years and ingratiated himself in the community, ingratiated himself in the fan base, met a bunch of awesome people who celebrate with him, and like, big ups to you, bro. Like, thank you so much for everything that you do on Twitter. Thank you for everything that you do at the tailgate at Lucas Oil. Big ups to you. Big ups to you. Right?
Yeah. Jorge. Love it.
I/we, Coach Nation, absolutely love you, homie. Big ups. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to be right back with Around the World, Naptown News, Fine Print, and a bunch of other dope-ass shit, y'all. We'll be back.
We'll be right back. Three, two, one.
We're brothers, we're happy and we're singing and we're colored. Give me a high five.
We are back. 317 Sports Project with Penn and Pops just finished the opening segment and getting ready to kick off the second segment of the night. Y'all know what it is. It's Around the World. From the corner, NBA. It is almost all-star time. So before we even get into that, who is your early MVP?
Embiid's the easy answer. I'll say that. I will honestly say my kind of, it's not really a sleeper pick, but Tatum is having
homie's balling
a hell of a year. And the only reason he's probably not above Jokic and Embiid is because they're 7-footers doing the things that they do and dominating, right? So, but Tatum, I think, has in the last 2 seasons has taken the jump to he could be really good, and yes, he's good, but I feel like there's a but with Jason Tatum, where
shouts
now
to Jay Chappie on the comma but.
Yeah. But now, it's like that dude is crazy. Like, we don't win that game if Tatum's playing. I'm sorry.
Or we might if Tyrese doesn't get hurt.
True.
Thank you.
But Jaylen Brown did also have 40-some points.
I'm just saying.
Like, I think it's muted a little because he has Jaylen Brown.
Definitively so.
Right? So, but I think he is starting to kind of separate himself on skill set.
From Jaylen Brown?
Jaylen Brown's great. Like, look, he's phenomenal. I just think Tatum is having such a great season.
I don't disagree. So which one of those two would you say if you had to give it to one of them?
I'm going to give it to Embiid because it's Embiid.
All right,
like, I think Embiid is just damn good.
Yeah.
And what he does at his size.
Crazy.
And he's so dominating. And I think that's one of the things that's like, I don't know, besides Joker, I don't know of anyone that can guard him in the NBA. And he can't really guard him. He's just a body that actually can kind of at least slow him down.
I had some young fella, and I can't remember exactly where I was, who was talking about Joel Embiid and his lack of skill set not too long ago. Exactly. And I was like, you don't even know what you're talking about. And I'm just because you said it the way you said it, I know you have no idea because...
everyone can have an opinion. Freedom of speech and all that shit. Please don't talk to us if you don't know about the sport that you're talking about.
Thank you, because we really do this.
Like, we played them, we know them, and we study them.
We do this.
Please don't just say stuff because you just think something.
Or you just think that we don't know something. And you think because you're so used to hanging out with people that don't know, you think you can just say stuff and then we're just going to not be like, no.
You can, because normally people that do that don't go, that's just my opinion, and I don't really know why. What they do is, he's just not good. Why do you say that? I just don't think he's very good.
Oh.
But what's your statistical reason for saying he's not very good? Why are you saying he doesn't have the intangibles to be a great player?
Because his footwork, his touch, his ability, his rebounding, his attitude, his dribbling ability, like Joel Embiid is like
he's so good.
Probably top 3 skill set big man ever. His footwork is Hakeem Olajuwon shit. Y'all stop. Don't even get me. Anyway, so that
really pissed me off. So.
Right? Thank you. That's
really
exactly why I told you, bro, because he said it, and I was like,
when people do
you're an idiot. Like, I had to really, like, school this young man on all of those things. Like, go study, bro. Go study. 34 plus per game, 11 rebounds per game, 6 plus assists per game in 34 minutes. He's playing free and truly comfortable, I think, probably for the first time ever.
Yeah.
The homie's just hooping.
So right now, and I put this in here just because I wanted to talk about their current order and votes right now for MVP,
Snurf.
which Joel Embiid is one right now, averaging 34.8, 11.8 rebounds, 6 assists. Of course, Jokic is right behind it.
See, them notes were right, y'all.
Yep.
See that?
Jokic is behind it, but this, to give you an idea, he's averaging 8 more points than Jokic. And Jokic is like still really good, but he's kind of having a little bit of an off slump right now.
He was getting fat over the summer.
He was.
He was chilling.
He's enjoying himself.
He was chilling.
Yeah.
He'll be fine. After, like, come February,
Yes.
Jokic will be locked in.
He'll be fine. Now, I will say, shout out to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, number 3 right now in. Did you already say that?
Nope, but that was my.
Perfect.
I also really like SGA.
Yes. SGA is having. He's number 3 right now in the rankings. You got 4 with Giannis, Luka at 5. Now, what I love about this, the next 5, Jason Tatum, Tyrese Halliburton at 7.
Johnny Tatum.
You got Domas, Anthony Davis, and Anthony Edwards round out your top 10 in votes.
Okay.
So I love that we see Tyrese up there in the top 10.
No doubt.
Love that.
But yes, I also really like SGA, 31 plus per game, 6 assists, 6 rebounds. OKC is also 24 and 11. Chet's hooping too. We'll get more into that, but like I genuinely do like SGA. You said right now it's a close race. NBA standings, bro. Let's take a look at what's going on in the NBA. Tell me what you think. Is this pretty much how you would see this being right now, or anything surprising you? The West is surprising me with Minnesota.
I think the West surprises me more than what the East is what's surprising me. I think you're seeing this in the normal top 6 besides Orlando and the Pacers sitting there at 5 and 6 right now. Cleveland's having a down year in the East. I'll say that.
But
still
are
at
they?
21 and 15. It's like
there are 4 teams that are 21 and 15.
Correct.
5 teams, bro.
Yeah.
Wow.
So really, you got Chicago Bulls at 9 and Brooklyn at 10. That they should just say you're in there just because. It's really competitive in the East, but you're seeing the normal teams up there in that top 5 to 6, just not Orlando.
There are
Cleveland, basically Orlando and Cleveland have switched spots.
Oh, Snarf. Okay, I'm messing with that. Okay, yep.
Right. That's really what you're seeing there, or New York at that point. But again, there's half games separated between these 5 teams. So,
I dig you. And in the Westicles.
Yeah, right. I mean, the fact that Minnesota is still at number 1, because I'm still waiting for them to fall off. I really don't think they're going to.
I haven't posted that Anthony video yet because I'm still waiting for Anthony. I'm gonna post the Anthony Edwards video this week.
Yeah.
We've been talking about him for forever. We've got that video for sure.
Oklahoma City still really surprising everybody right now. 24 and 11, 1 game back from 1. Denver's at 3. They'll be probably at 2 or 1 by the end of it. Clippers, we just talked about them. Sacramento, they've been up there for the last couple of years.
I'm more surprised about who's at the bottom of this than who's at the top of this.
The fact that you've got Los Angeles and Phoenix there, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right? Very surprising. Very surprising because, especially with LA, and they've been every year they're in the trade rumors as LeBron reanalyzes his team and says, who do I want to go and who do I want to stay? And he tells that to whoever.
Should I stay or should I go?
So now Darvin Ham's kind of on the hot seat because his rotation has been very strange with everybody not knowing if they're going to play one night, the next night, who's up, who's not. Like, it's not a set rotation besides the starting 6, 7. So Rui, who goes 3 games in a row with not playing, all of a sudden is starting. Then it's such an up and down.
Okay. That ain't it, cuz. That ain't it.
It's such an up and down. So you've got a lot of players kind of going, what the hell's happening? So and the biggest rumor is the Zach LaVine to the Lakers, which we'll see if that happens. But the latest report was, we like what we're doing, and getting long defensive wings surrounding our veteran players, I think we're going to stand pat with the latest rumor. Okay. We'll see if that pays off, considering they're 18-19 right now.
That ain't paying it off so far. That ain't doing it.
And Phoenix, I think the biggest thing is that you've had injuries, right? To that big three. Booker's been out. Bradley Beal's been out. Kevin Durant's been trying to hold it down.
Them back injuries ain't no joke.
That's it.
For sure. All right. There you have it. You got the trade rumors and more. What you got?
We had our first trade of the season. I think
first trade of the season? The OG joint?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. My bad. Go.
First trade of the season, which kind of took everyone by surprise because no one thought the Knicks would be where OG went. Like, this is not, they kind of came out of nowhere. So New York and Toronto had our first trade happen. New York got OG Anunoby, Malachi Flynn, and Precious Achua. Raptors got RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickley, and a 2024 second-round pick. It was a lot of just player-for-player swap, which is not what you were thinking, just picks and all of that stuff for OG. It's been kind of a win-win.
I love this trade.
I love
this trade.
Knicks are 4 or 5-0 since the trade.
For sure.
OG, the plus minus has gone up drastically with him being in the defensive lineup.
No.
Right? And he's getting what he wanted from Toronto as he's a little bit more in the offensive scheme, unlike in Toronto.
OG
they wanted him
to
just shoot a couple threes and defend, not be part of the offensive scheme. So I love that for him. RJ Barrett is killing up in Toronto. It's his hometown.
He's home.
He's
comfy.
He loves it.
He's at the crib. He's chilling.
Yeah.
Nigga knows where to go get some chicken and watermelon. Homie knows. Right? Homie knows where to go get a fade. He's at the crib.
Right. So I think this is a win-win, and win-win might not be in the statisticals of wins and wins. Right? but when
they get it right, it's going to be all that popping.
When you get somebody like an Oladipo to Indiana, RJ Barrett going home, it changes the culture and people just get excited to go watch the team again.
He ain't lying.
That's what Toronto needed because everybody was not excited to watch Toronto anymore.
He ain't lying. It's been years.
You lost Fred VanVleet and those guys finally all separated. They needed a huge jolt to get the culture back in and get excitement to that team. RJ Barrett is going to give that to them get buckets because that dude's phenomenal.
For sure. Who's next?
The next one, right, is Siakam. I think multiple teams have said they're interested in Toronto. The latest one was the Kings. And it said really a trade conversations broke down with a Harrison Barnes swap, which that's obviously you had some picks in there because that's not a talent for talent swap.
It is not.
But Pacers, Hawks, and Mavericks continue to be interested in Siakam. We'll see what happens. That's a pretty big contract, so there's got to be some negotiations there to figure that out. But there's a lot of other players out there. So you've got Levine is obviously who we talked about. Bulls are in sell mode. They're in sell mode right now.
Fact, bro. That is a fact.
You've got a great asset in Caruso, who's a great 3 and D player. I think any team would love to have him come on and be that guy. DeRozan deserves to go somewhere that needs to be winning. He got shipped out and then Toronto wins. He then goes to San Antonio. They definitely don't win, and now he's at the Bulls, and they had some regular season success, but the last 2 years with Lonzo being injured, it's not been what they expected it to be. So,
for sure.
They're in sell mode, so you'll see more of them. Obviously, I talked about Siakam. Levine to the Lakers is what they're talking about. A lot of people are saying Lauri Markkanen is out there. I doubt the Jazz actually pull the trigger on pulling, because that's just dumb. Lauri Markkanen's phenomenal. I don't think you want to get rid of him. Kuminga at Golden State. That's one that
He's not happy.
He's not happy. Now, is he not happy? Did somebody tell him to do that just so he'd get more playing time? Because in the next 3 games, he got a lot of playing time and had a lot of success. So, we need you to go in and play better so we can trade you and make your trade value go up, which was already pretty high. But I would look at Pacers being one of those teams that are looking at Kuminga, which they've said they've been interested in the last 2 seasons. See him, DeJounte Murray from Atlanta. I think Atlanta's another team that's kind of in sell mode.
He got game.
Yeah.
He got game.
Murray.
He got game. He's smooth with it.
Look, to me, when they last played the Hawks,
he's smooth with it.
He's the best player on the floor.
Thank you. He's smooth with it, dog.
Until Trey cuts his hair, I don't believe in him.
I don't disconcur.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Rookie watch. You asked me how I feel about Wembanyama after the first quarter of the season. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
He can hoop. He can hoop. He can super hoop. He's got all the skill set, generational talent. Needs to gain some weight. I'm sick of him dunking on people and acting like we should be excited about it. You're 9 feet tall. But to me, bro, like, and I put this in the notes, and we'll just close out this with this before we go to the wing, but like, they have a really bad basketball team.
Yeah.
And I wonder if like Becky leaving has messed them up this bad. How long does Pops have? They have been shitty for the last 6-7 years, and they're just getting worse and worse and worse.
Well, yeah, it has to come to a head at some point, right? So,
Right.
I think what the conversation's coming soon, because I think you see New England and Belichick having the exact same conversation over there. It's like, thank you for everything that you've done, but we finally probably need to have new voice.
You're tired.
Right. You're tired.
You're tired.
Yeah. And like Phil Jackson, Popovich is a good coach to veterans, right? Like, he could go in there and coach a championship-ready team.
Minds.
Right.
Minds.
I don't think, like, you're older and you shouldn't be having to worry about player development.
You shouldn't.
That's not what your job is. Like, don't even worry about that.
It's kind of like, an old-ass man being our president. You just kind of don't know what 19-year-olds are thinking and doing no more, cuz.
Correct.
It's just not your time.
Yeah, love Pop, but I think it's that time for that change. And
go sit up in a suite, bro.
Yeah, go be part of freaking, like, go be the GM. Go be
exactly.
Like,
go sit in the suite.
We'd love to stay with the Spurs just because you're like, now just be stuffed outside at that point. Like,
you're like Santa Spur at this point.
Correct. You are Santa Spur.
Go
Santa Spur.
Go sit in the suite.
Yeah.
Wing shot.
College football. National champs. A little bit of a recap.
Sure.
Do you want to talk about bowl games? You want to mention?
Let's talk about the national championship. Let's just get at it, bro.
College football
none
recap.
of that shit matters.
Of course, we had our full Final Four teams: Michigan versus Alabama. Michigan won 27-20.
Ohio State sucks.
Yeah, they do.
Okay, like they really are bad.
It's bad.
Okay, for sure.
Now, I will say congratulations on getting.
Oh, K-State.
What?
K-State quarterback?
No.
Oh, my nigga.
You didn't see the running back you got?
Vrabel? We got Mike Vrabel?
No.
New coach?
The running back that you got.
I heard just wanted to talk over that.
You got the starting
Ole Miss.
That's a huge.
That's nice.
A big pickup.
Why?
So
you think our dudes are leaving? You think Henderson and them are out of here?
No, I think you're just going to have Henderson back up him, and it's going to be a two-headed monster. It's going to be really nice.
Word up.
Yeah. So they'll be all right.
They suck.
They'll be all right.
They suck.
Washington versus Texas. Washington ended up squeaking out 37-30. Great. You're happy that Florida State didn't make it.
I'm so happy Florida State didn't make it.
Yeah.
They got blown out. Georgia was on a mission. They had something to prove.
Yeah.
But 63 points is a lot of. That's still deep. Your defense has to play too.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, they did have a lot of people say that they're not going to play.
You know what?
Right.
So, you know what? I didn't even think about the C. That's why there's two of us.
Right. So
63 points.
That
is
wasn't
a lot of points.
The Florida State team
snarferifically
that would have played if they made the Final Four.
But
you can't lose
44-17.
You can't lose 63-3.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Because I'm sure Georgia
tells me the future is not bright there. Then
right.
Maybe okay.
Yeah.
All right.
National champs.
Let's just get it on, bro. Go.
Michigan Wolverines national champs.
Bro.
34-13. All the blood, sweat, and tears. It's nice.
Big ups to our brother Bubba.
Yeah.
Big ups to our brother
Yeah.
Bubba, who
Yeah.
passed away in October, and was the reason that he is a Michigan fan. I was a Michigan fan, so I know that you are up there having a hell of a time on this one.
Oh, yeah.
Because he never actually saw that happen. Well, 97, but they shared it with Nebraska. Either way, big ups to you, bro.
Yep.
Congratulations
Cheers.
to you. We love you. I know that you are up there loving the shit out of this. Go Blue.
Go Blue.
For sure.
Yeah, it was a hell of a game, I think, for me.
I did not like it. You know
It was
what I'm
a fun-
saying?
it was a good game.
boring. It was just boring.
Yeah,
It was just boring.
It got kind of exciting when you're going into halftime at 17-10, but what Michigan proved was everybody coming in talking about Washington and got to slow down Michael Penix is he was in the Pac-12 that did not play defenses.
Say that again.
He was in the Pac-12 and didn't go against Big Ten defenses.
Conferences matter.
SEC defenses. He didn't play any good defense.
Competition matters.
Period. That is the difference.
You out there playing Oregon State.
Now, then I go, your one thing that you shouldn't allow Michigan to do
Is
run the ball.
You know what they did all fucking night?
They had 227 yards at the end of the first half running the ball.
Lord have mercy.
J.J. McCarthy went 10 of 18 for 134 yards.
I didn't even know that stat. Oh my God.
He didn't have to. He made plays when necessary. He had a
Running
nice
the
little
ball.
run, ran the ball.
Ran the ball.
He had a down game.
He sure did.
But what they did is, and I loved it because
He got
I
his
actually
Trent Dilfer on.
Edwards was my pick in my parlay that I did. I said, you know what? I haven't heard Edwards' name in a while since Penn State. I bet he has a big game.
He sure did.
2 long touchdown.
of
Boom. Winner. Wow. Winning.
Yeah, man.
So it's great.
That's a big deal.
It was a great win. I've never been a part of, because at 97,
Oh, wow.
so this
You
is
were
my
like-
first.
You were a baby.
I was 11 years old.
That's
And I
wild.
was not watching college
No,
football at the time.
no.
I wasn't even into sports at the time.
No. Wow.
Yeah, I did not
This
really
is
watch
like
sports.
a big deal for you.
This
bro.
was my
is
first national
This is a
championship.
big deal for you. That's
Me and
what's up.
Tink. So I went to Tink's house with his brother, his dad.
Shout out Tink, you Michigan fan psychopath.
We had Papa Tink in there, Glenn. Shout out to Glenn. Thanks for coming.
That's what's up.
So it was the 4 of us with the boys out in the basement with 3 screens going.
Can't be mad.
We had the projector and 2 65-inch TVs, all showing the same thing. So no matter where you turn, you could watch the game. It was
Can't
great.
be mad. Can't be
great.
mad. That's phenomenal.
Yes.
That's what's up. Do we talk about transfer portal and coach movement? Is that a thing?
Yeah,
All
I
right.
can kind of mention some stuff.
All right, go ahead.
I think the biggest one, in kind of just going with this one, is the next step for Michigan, right? Is just Jim stay or go.
You know what that is. We'll talk about that in a minute. We'll talk about that in the NFL. Coaches, carousel.
I know that one was kind of one that blended.
Oh, sure. Then go crazy.
You know what I
about it.
mean?
Yeah, go
Oh,
crazy.
no, I'll wait.
Okay, go ahead. Wait. Okay.
No,
Transfer portal.
Transfer portal. We talked about it. They got their running back. You've seen a lot of shit, right?
It's too much.
It's so much stuff.
I almost like.
Hey,
What do you think of the transfer portal? College football transfer portal.
I think it's kind of weird.
Yeah, that's what's
Yeah,
up.
it's
We
a
don't.
little strange.
It is a little weird.
well, it's
We
a
don't
little weird.
disagree.
Now, the biggest one to me, the last name that's out there is Tua's brother. Yeah, I saw it. Is yeah, I got it. Is Tua's brother Talufa?
Yep.
Yeah, Nita Lufa.
To booty.
Yeah, and
He said Nia Lufa.
Nita Lufa, Tangavaloa.
Nita Lufa, Tonga
So he's asking for a 6 year of eligibility.
Oh Jesus!
The reason his argument is the 1
My
year.
father made me ask.
Right? But the 1 year that he got counted against him was the year that Tua got hurt and he went in for 2 plays in honor of his brother.
Amen.
They counted that as a year.
Amen.
And he's trying to get that year back and he wants to transfer. Miami is where he wants to go. So he wants to go be a Hurricane. That's really the last name that's out there. Transfer portal is what it is.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
All right, so I have a question for you.
Yeah.
How do you feel now that the season's over? How do you feel about the way college football looks and feels right now overall?
I don't like it because I think it's going towards that thing that we've been talking about the last few seasons of this, right? Is it just going to be 2 super conferences? Is it going to be like there's not enough parity anymore to me, right?
It's really fucking confusing.
It's really confusing. All of these, like Pac-12's gone. Like that was it. Washington was that game was the last game of any Pac-12 play because they're going to the Big Ten. It's just very strange to me that all of these conferences are disbanding and maybe they'll come back and let's join over here and act like we're good, so let's go join them. But really, Washington, you had the 4th worst record out of those teams that didn't even make the college football playoffs. So it makes no sense to what's going on.
All right, I don't disagree.
Yeah.
All right, top of the key, NFL playoff matchups, man. You need to take a break, or you good?
No, I'm good.
All right, now, this high squeak is fire to me. Playoff matchups. This bored the hell out of me when I looked at this. If I can be honest with you, I know that you said there's anything that sticks out to me and excites me. Obviously, the Lions versus Rams, the storyline on that
that's just
is
the story,
absolutely
right?
Crazy.
Yeah.
If Matt Stafford goes in there and beats them so OMG Z-Wax, because
I think the biggest
he might
thing
fuck around
is
and do it.
The tweet I saw was now you've seen where they are, who won this trade, and I think it's a win-win. Right?
Oh, it's very Sacramento Kings, Indiana Pacers.
Right? And it's like when you go first year, Rams won because they won the damn Super Bowl the first year they get traded for.
Can't get mad at that.
The next year, Rams start having a down year. Stafford gets hurt a little bit, and you're having all this kind of stuff. And now you're like, then Jared Goff and having this phenomenal offense.
Whoever wins this fucking game won the trade.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, this is whoever won the trade.
Whoever wins this game won the trade.
This is the Super Bowl. like this is it's going to be a great game. Like it's going to be so fun. Both defense, like in the Rams defense, has started to play a little bit better in the back end of the season. Yeah. Like we talked about them. I forgot they were even in the playoff hunt when the last time we brought them
Matt
up.
Stafford got hot because Matty got hot.
I love it. You're seeing the last couple like Stafford's body's giving out. You're gonna I worry about his back, his neck, his legs, all of it.
My neck and my back.
Yeah,
he's
like
very
his
Peyton
shoulder.
Manning. He's very Peyton Manning at the end.
We're
down to his last for sure.
Yeah.
No, Browns and Texans, I really don't care. Although the Texans might fuck around and be the Cincinnati Bengals of a few years ago. I can see them sneaking into an AFC championship. Yeah. They got the quarterback who can do that. Dolphins, Chiefs could really care less, to be honest. Steelers, Bills. I just don't
like either of those teams.
I just don't care. Steelers, Bills. I'd love to see the Steelers get that win, but then what? Packers, Cowboys. Genuinely, who gives a shit? Eagles, Buccaneers. Eagles have fallen off so much, I don't even know what to do. So I'm not emphatically stoked about the playoffs. I think it's kind of wide open. San Francisco is probably my team between them and Baltimore. That's probably the Super Bowl pick to me.
Yeah.
But that's too easy of a pick.
But it's the right pick.
But it's
at the same time, which is sad. It is. You're like, because who's going to be our sleeper team?
For sure. Houston.
And I hate to say it because what we like on the show or dislike on the show is Dallas is playing really, really great football. They are. And I can see them running it. Like those are really about it. I can see them
getting to an NFC championship and just trying to figure it out from there.
And hey, we made it. We got here.
Let's go win one for the Gipper.
That's it.
Straight up.
I don't know. Yeah.
I have no idea. And what is your interest, I guess, is even more of a question. Not only do you not know, but how intrigued are you by it?
I can't think of one game that I'm going to sit down and watch. From start to finish.
There you go. Injuries. TJ Watt, MCL sprain, out for the first round. Jalen Hurts, broken middle finger. He will play. AJ Brown, knee, most likely to play. Is that really? Yeah, I guess. With
There's
a knee injury, but they're not as important. I'm just thinking with a knee injury, you're going to play that game. Playoffs, man. Shoot them up. Shoot them up, baby.
I think that's
if it was week 11, he'd be chilling.
Exactly. I think it's a mild sprain, and he's going to play through that, not be as effective because Jalen Hurts has a broken finger and he can't throw it to him.
Coaching changes. Ron Rivera, you're fired. Arthur Smith, you're fired. Harbaugh, coming back. See, that's why he put that in here. Harbaugh, Not coming back to Michigan. The answer to that question is definitely no. So there's going to be some job openings. Does he go to Washington? Does he go to Carolina? Does he go to San Diego? Yes. Does he go to the Raiders? You know, they're all about spending a lot of money to pay a white man to come be the head coach.
It's going to be between the Raiders and the Chargers.
He loves that West Coast life.
Exactly.
Straight up.
Stanford.
Straight up. He's a West Coaster.
Bears would be that third one in there, just because I think he's interested in Fields a little bit.
For sure.
Just because he got to see Fields, and Fields
I think he wants to stick one more to Ohio State. Like, I'm going to go coach your quarterback.
And be weird with your quarterback. He's got a 10-year, $125 million contract on the table with Michigan. I don't think it's going to do anything.
I think this season of suspension and college players and what we can do and can't do, he's like, I'm out of here.
I don't even necessarily think it's this season. They're still impeding things that are coming up this year, infractions that are coming for 2024 that are going to slow down the next year. So
I'm saying this season of stuff that happened to him, for his future, he's like, I'm not coming back to this shit.
Right.
This is stupid.
I think it's like, because like he'll probably face another suspension for next season.
No doubt.
Or they'll have some not bowl eligible or whatever it is.
Yep.
Like you're going to have some weird shit going on.
Yep.
To where he's probably, that would be the reason to do so. He's losing his quarterback. JJ's more than likely going to the draft. He still has 1 year of eligibility, so I doubt that he comes back to Michigan. He just won a national championship.
Is JJ an NFL quarterback?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
5th, 6th round.
All right.
Think about the quarterbacks that get drafted late there.
You know
what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
when I say NFL quarterback, I mean an NFL quarterback.
I'm saying, will he get drafted? Like, when I say someone's going to the draft, I don't mean he's going to go
Ryan Mallett.
He's not going to go run a franchise.
Okay, for sure.
But can he be a backup?
When you play Madden, his name will be on a roster. You know what I'm saying?
He'll be a backup quarterback and be like, hey, someone got hurt.
Right.
You might see wow, JJ had a random good game. Like, you'll see that.
Okay, cool.
Freaking, what's his name from?
Not freaking, what's his name? You're horrible with names. Stop trying to play.
What's that?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. New York Giants defensive coordinator Don Martindale. He left and is looking for a change. Has interviews for head coaching jobs before. He'll probably get a job. Frank Reich is out. Belichick, what do they do with him?
So this is kind of going to go to the next part, right? So Vrabel got fired.
That was good. Yes.
Yeah, Vrabel got fired about an hour, 2 hours ago.
Hey, Bucks, go fire Ryan Day and hire Vrabel. Holla at your boy. Holla
so the
at
biggest
the
rumor
table.
right now is they're waiting to see if Belichick goes, Vrabel take over New England.
I don't like him there. I don't.
I don't like that. I won't like him there. You know what I mean?
I don't like him
because I actually like Vrabel a lot, personally, because I've met him quite a few times. So it's like
he's super cool.
Super cool. Hate that he's been in the AFC and like in our division.
Yeah,
because I actually really, really like him
for sure. And would root for him if he was like the Chargers
on
coach.
Any other team besides
any other division.
Patriots.
Any other division.
I can't.
Any other division.
I can't hope you do well at the Patriots.
I can't.
So no, I don't really like him there. I hope he goes somewhere else, but he'll get another head coaching job.
Go to the Bears.
He was 44-36 or something like that record over the last 6 seasons.
Who the hell do they go get?
Right.
Thank you.
With Will Levis as your quarterback.
If you don't shut up right now, Keisha, that's the one.
So to go back to Bill Belichick, they haven't had the owners meeting with what's the future going to look like yet. I would imagine that's going to be this week into next week sometime. And we'll kind of go from there.
All right. NFL draft. You know what? I got to be honest. That's my name. This part of the season, when it comes to the offseason starting and leading to the offseason, is kind of my favorite part, because this is when your true genius and your true analysis ability and what you like really bring to sport, not that you're not a fan, but your knowledge of sport and salary caps and free agency, taking off the turtle socks, huh?
Yeah.
I like that about you. But this is where you like really get busy and people love this shit. So like, what you think of our draft, first 15 pick, draft order, blah, 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 go be Pops.
Yeah. This is my favorite. I love the analytical side of stuff. So our top 18 picks, I'm not going to go through it all. Colts finished at 15, right? We got the 15th pick right now. I should say. Chicago ended up...
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
So that won't be our pick.
Correct. They'll either trade up or trade back. They're not staying at 15.
They will never.
Chicago ended up getting the number 1 pick, which is so funny to me because did the Panthers win? No. Either way, Panthers had a chance to end up keeping their pick, and it didn't happen. So, but that just made sense. It was very Panthers of them. So, yep, they ended up getting. You got Washington at 2, New England at 3, Arizona at 4, Los Angeles Chargers at 5, just to round it out. Like I said, we're at 15. Around us is Seattle, Jacksonville, Cincinnati. For the Colts, I'll talk about it when we hit the Colts. Never mind.
Is that it?
That's all I got, man.
Had to make sure that we was recording. From the wing by the wing, athletes in action. Man, these fools be tripping. Every single time we come to this, we have around the world what we're going to do with the 5th segment. And sometimes we forget athletes in action. And this fool hit me up and he's like, I got 3 or 4 more fools that we can talk about.
What's funny is I had some different ones that were not technically athletes, but they were within the sports realm. Like
there's always people tripping. You can always
like the Panthers owner throwing drinks onto his crowd and getting fined.
Did you see that?
And it was going to be non-athletes in action,
but still. Motherfuckers in action.
Athletic in action.
It's not athletic in action because the way he threw it was horrible too.
Right.
You are not athletic.
Right. I had some other ones that were actually
all right. But let's kick this off. Niggas be tripping. We love it.
Elijah Pritchett.
Pritchett. Yeah. What'd you do, Elijah?
Arrested previous to Michigan matchup and charge. And this is offensive.
Does he play for Washington?
Offensive tackle for Alabama.
Oh, okay.
So arrested previous to Michigan, charged knowingly transmitting an STD to another person. You had it, and you did it anyway.
And you knew it.
That
actually happened to me in college.
That's a crime.
That happened to me in college.
That is a crime.
She knew. She did.
Yeah.
She did. I won't say her name, but she definitely knew, and she gave me one knowingly. Her roommate told me. Horrible. Yeah. Also, he got in trouble for other stuff.
Yeah, got in trouble earlier in the year going to 95 and a 65. You're just not making smart decisions. Do better.
Moving on. And next athlete in action.
Muhammad Wilkerson.
Former player of the Jets.
Yes, arrested in New Jersey for DUI and possession of a loaded gun with hollow point bullets.
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
Oh, wow.
Right.
What the hell you doing with hollow points, cuz? You ain't shooting deer.
More so, are you okay? Because when cops pulled you over, they found a loaded gun and an open bottle of Don Julio. What were you about to go do?
1942, cuz Maurice Claret.
Maurice Claret? Yeah.
He's about to go full Youngstown on them hoes?
Absolutely.
For the YO, bitches. Yes. For the YO.
And sadly,
the
Colts make the list with Drew Ogletree, tight end, arrested and charged with domestic battery. Victim was body slammed during an argument in front of a child. He came out and stated to the victim, "No one will believe you."
You know what? Elijah Pritchett giving a woman an STD or a man, whoever, doesn't really say, completely jacked up. Muhammad driving around with a gun, hollow points, and Don Julio, completely jacked up. Drew Ogletree, putting your hands on a woman in front of a child, yo, bro,
you need to go away. Yeah.
You are all the way foul. You are the absolute worst one in athletes in action this week for sure.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here with that.
That's for you, Drew.
No doubt. Get your shit together. And from the corner shot, the Chris Hope, we're going to bring this show back up. College basketball, men's and women. I love athletes in action. I just really do love that second. The fools be stupid. Men's and women's college basketball because we love them both. Mm-hmm. So let's talk about some men's college basketball right quick. Top 20 fizzle, bro. What'd you think of this list? Anything surprising you? You impressed? You not impressed? Fuck these hoes. What you got?
Well, hold on.
Purdue is at top, bro, at 14-1. Like, I'm really excited to go see them play this year. I don't know what list you got. We got different.
Well, no, I opened it and then I lost which tab it
Oh,
was.
snarferific. Well, I'll go. All right.
Appreciate that.
Texas is at 25.
Oh, here we go.
Wisconsin's at 15. Duke's at 11. North Carolina are they unranked? They're at 7 at 11-3. Kentucky, Tennessee, UConn, Kansas, Houston, and Purdue. Any surprises? Anything? Marquette at 11 kind of surprises me some. I like to see that though.
Yeah, I think Marquette just solely because that was my pick.
Yes, it was.
Now again, they're 11-4.
It's early.
They're 11-4. So like,
hey, you got to.
They were number 3 when I said that.
For sure.
And preseason rankings had them as a sleeper pick to win the whole thing, which is still possible. Really early in the season, we're getting into a lot of conference play. You're going to start to see this kind of going up and down and all that kind of stuff. So
Colorado State's over there at 13-2. Cause like I don't know nothing about no Colorado State, but
I love what Memphis is doing. I love
is that still Penny?
Penny's still there. Like Memphis continues to be a sleeper pick for me because he has completely changed that culture over there for the good again, and they're so damn good.
Yes, sir.
They're back to like what they were when Calipari cheated out there.
Oh, I'm so happy that you said what it really was. Oh, way to go, my dog. Yeah. Was that Jay? Was that what's his name? Was that Derrick Rose?
Yeah.
He go to Memphis?
Yeah.
He went to Memphis, right? You're definitely cheating if you're getting Derrick Rose in Memphis. Correct. I don't really know what else to say about that because he could be going to Duke or North Carolina and that fool went to Memphis.
Correct.
Okay, that's what I'm going. Women's college hoops. Let's just talk about these young ladies who are balling. Top 25. What you got? UNLV at 25. Florida State at 21. You got North Carolina. Ohio State is a top 25 team at 17. UConn, since they're getting players back from injury and everybody's working that back out, they are officially 13. They started off the season really ugly, but they're getting that shit together. Paige Beckers is balling out there. Hopefully she stays healthy throughout this season because she is an absolute stud. USC is still a top 10 team. Got their first loss of the season not too long ago. You got Colorado up there. Big ups to them and Deion Sanders' daughter who's balling. Iowa, UCLA, and South Kakalaki, who we both said is on a freaking mission to go get that damn championship again. Did you see Kaylin Clark's game winner against Michigan State pulling up from the freaking logo on them hoes?
I sure did.
First of all, she got that off. There was no question. People were talking about that wasn't.
They showed the replay in slow motion.
Thank you.
It was out of her
She
hand.
100% got that off.
0.1 left on the clock.
Thank you. It was definitely good. And she's also going to look damn good in an Indiana Fever uniform next year with Leah Boston. That interview was dope. She's the number 1 pick for sure, right?
Hands down.
You think she's coming out for sure?
Yes.
So there's like what's the percentage that you think that she will be in an Indiana Fever uniform next year?
87%.
Okay, that's enough for me. And on that note, we're going to take a quick break. That's Around the World. That felt good, bro. We'll be right back. Naptown Nudies, the fine print. One more shot for shot. And we out of this bitch. We'll see you soon.
We're brothers, we're happy and we're singing and we're colored. Give me a high five.
Welcome back to the 317 Sports Project presented by Clean Kicks, Columbus, Ohio's #1 premium sneaker treatment shoe cleaning service. Clean Kicks paint kicks, do ISO restoration, a bunch of other dope services. Premium sneaker treatment for premium sneakerheads. Do yourselves a favor and give us a follow over at cleankicks.614 on the Instagram. And we are kicking off our next segment, Naptown News, aka Naptown Nudies. And we're going to start with the Indianapolis Colts. Finish the season off 9-8. We'll do a season recap, and let's just get this shit out of the way. We're not going to wait till the end to talk about it. We're going to talk about that shit right now. And you actually helped me tonight, so I appreciate you. 4th and 1. Shit was ugly. I personally am not mad at the play call itself. I am mad at the
execution.
I couldn't find that damn word. It took me 3 days. He had to find it for me. I'm mad at the execution on the play. The pass by Minshew was shitty titty. TG probably should have caught it, and he owned that, but it was bad. It was all the way bad. That was probably the ugliest rep that they had at that play all damn week. Big ups to Steichen, because he told him flat out, hey, man, we had it. That's on you. What you think, bro?
It was not good. It wasn't good.
It's not good.
It's not good.
Not good.
Yeah.
Bad and ugly. Not good.
Yeah, it was execution. Now, I dislike the personnel that was on the field for that play.
Tell them why. Because you're not wrong. That's good. That was good.
If you're going to do that play, I think you can hide it a little bit better. Have some different players on there. A Mo Alley Cox in the backfield, lined up at fullback. Jonathan Taylor back out there. Call it time to do something. And I can't, like, he brought it up. I thought he was hurt. I didn't think he was hurt. I thought he got subbed out. Either way, I think you have somebody else different doing that play.
You didn't like it schematically.
Correct.
Snarf. Okay.
At that point, it is 1 yard to go.
Yo, Kelly, yo, offensive line, this is what we pay you for. Go get us a freaking yard.
If Taylor wasn't hurt and just got subbed out, I would rather lose it with the best player on the team than try to do a trick play, and this is what happens. Okay. Now, horrible throw by Minshew.
Horrible throw.
Body's being carried in one way. You're asking a rookie to kind of turn around and make a catch that he can't really do it. I love that Goodson went out there and said it was in my hands, or it touched my tans.
Touch my titties.
Touch my titties.
Gotta catch it.
Gotta catch it if it touches your titties. If that was a titty, you would have caught that.
That was a titty, you would have caught it for sure.
But yeah, no, I think you're right. I think it's just the execution of that one. I'm fine with a coach being a little crazy and throwing something out there. Like, I don't mind it. It's just you got to have the execution and the right personnel to execute that play.
All right. So overall, just let me run through this. Finished 9-8, third in the AFC South. We discussed this when they were 7-5 and said if they have 10 wins, they would get in. They had to finish 3-2. They finished 2-3. But first time head coach on offensive coordinator. Does Gus Bradley stay?
I don't think that Gus Bradley should be getting the flack that he has been getting.
I agree.
I think he had a really good defensive season coaching what he's got, but he only has the secondary that's on the roster.
Thank you. All right.
Period.
I love that.
Now, linebacker and core, phenomenal. Defensive front, phenomenal. He played a great defensive season and called a great defensive schemed season. I don't think you got to fire him. I don't think that that's where that goes. If he goes and wants to part ways, cool. But I don't think that reading from the fans that it's like they're calling for his head. I don't agree with that.
I love that about you. No JT for damn near half the season. Zach Moss gets fired or gets hurt.
He got fired.
He got fired. He got fired. He got hurt. My bad.
His body fired him.
Grover Stewart suspended. AR hurt, so we played our backup. Shaq was dismissed. Tony Brown, McKenzie were dismissed. Juju Brents injured. Alec Pierce wasn't targeted a great deal, but Josh Downs balled out. Mm-hmm. No Jelani. Matt Gay.
There?
We still don't know. Matt Gay was pretty decent throughout the year. Early, he was really good, and then kind of tapered off through my perspective, just my opinion, towards the end some. Did they overachieve, or are we overreacting for missing the playoffs?
Overreacting.
I don't disagree with that. I personally do not want to make the playoffs until we win our conference. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
I get the thought process when you said that and when you tweeted that, but I also disagree to a certain extent.
As you should.
Because if we have a 11 and, what would that be? 6 season and are really good, but Jacksonville goes 13-3, but we're one of the wild cards, I don't see why that's a miss.
I by no means, if we would have made the playoffs this season, I would have taken it. But for me, it's been a decade, and I want that first. and everything else will take care of itself.
You just mean I want that to just be what our goal is.
Everything
Win
else
the division.
Everything else will play.
Playoffs.
Everything else will play itself out.
I get your thought
for
process,
sure.
But like, if they would have made the playoffs, I think that's a very big success.
Yeah, because you make the playoffs in your first season. Of course, people are happy about it.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, but we're still not the damn division champions yet. There's still it's like it has an asterisk to me.
But at the
I don't want an asterisk.
At the same time, I think we need to have realistic expectations of what the AFC South is going to be.
Fire.
But
with that said, and we'll talk about this. Actually, we can. Where are we at? Are we in Naptown News? Are we there? Okay, we can talk about it right now. Then, I think. Oh, it's actually in here. That's so perfect. Wow, look at that. That's crazy. I think the Jags window is closing.
Oh, hands down.
And I think it is the Indianapolis Colts and the Houston Texans league for the next half a decade.
Yeah, I don't know.
And Tennessee's gonna suck forever because they're just bad. They're just dumb. No Derrick Henry, no Mike Vrabel, and they got Will Levis.
And remember, the fall of the Tennessee Titans was the decision that the GM traded AJ Brown. Period.
Vrabel was so mad.
That was the start of the downfall of the Titans. Period.
Facts.
Yes.
Facts.
I still think the Jags. I don't know if closing's the right word. I mean, they were such a dominant team for most of this season, and for some reason just had a kind of fall apart thing there at the end. AFC South is going to be really, really tough to win consistently with the quarterback talent that is in the AFC South.
Yes, sir.
So, yes, I agree. I want an AFC South championship banner back in Lucas Oil. But it's going to be tough.
It's going to be tough.
It's going to be really tough.
It's going to be tough.
Yes.
Coaching matters.
Coaching really matters. And we have a right coach. If anyone, I don't agree with some of the the fans on the show that have actually said, what's the difference between
Steichen
Frank
and Reich?
And
everything.
So much.
Everything. Literally everything.
And that's just word vomit on disappointment of that you didn't get the result.
That's like Joel Embiid sucks.
Correct. It's like
fuck out of here.
Yeah, it's like
I can't even. Like, it just makes me so mad.
So mad.
Like, it makes me look at you. He's rubbing his face because
it makes me so angry. Because it is. It's just like you just want to say stuff, and it really bugs me. Because
the records are the same, but they're not the same.
I don't think you guys understand how much it is to win to have the culture be changed. Like, that is such a huge thing. And
in 1 year.
And for you to just not separate injuries and this and what happened, it's not like these guys go, we're going to stop playing well. No, they had so many things happen this season.
Preach.
And still had a winning season.
Preach.
We shouldn't have been 9-8 this season.
Thank you.
Period.
Thank you.
We should have been 11-6, 12-5.
Thank you.
Last season.
Thank you.
That's the difference.
Thank you. That is a good gospel right there. Free agency plus re-signs. I have this in here in the sport track, and I have our UFAs, I believe, unrestricted free agents. If you click on that link, and I know you sent me some stuff on all the free agencies or free agents earlier, but this should just be our UFAs if I did it right.
You did, yep.
Who do you think we gotta get? What are the you gottas? You're just better at this than me, so.
Pittman Jr. to me is, depending on cost, you get him.
Is he a number one?
I think that he is.
Me and George Turner had this talk.
I'm sure you did. I do think that he is. I think if he has the right quarterback, I think he's a good number one. A 1A to a 1B. I think if you go get another very talented wide receiver, I mean, Michael Pittman had 1,000 yards receiving with what we had this year.
So is someone like a T. Higgins possible to get from Cincinnati because he's a UFA, or the homie who's in Jacksonville that I like a lot that's unrestricted, or is it like
not see,
or they're gonna resign them?
I do not. They're gonna resign them.
Okay.
I also do not see them using cap space to go get that type of a receiver,
even though they're 24, 25.
Let me finish. I see them going to go get. They'll draft LSU receiver.
I don't know who that
I
is.
forget his name.
I don't know who that is.
They'll go get boy from Washington, number 11 from Washington that just played, Ogden, whatever his name, Akbar. Or they'll go get LSU wide receiver and let it still be like young rookie contracts is what they're going to look for. I think they go get
Kyron Lacey, Sheldon Sampson, Malik Numbers. Keep talking. You think they'll go get?
I think you'll see them go get a splashier CB, veteran cornerback
to play on opposite of Juju.
Correct. Like, I think you're going to see the money spent on that side.
Okay.
More so than you'll go see a wide receiver.
In free agency, you mean?
That's what I mean.
Okay.
In free agency.
So they'll draft a wide receiver, in your opinion, kind of like a Josh Downs again.
Correct.
And they will go.
Because, again, you have a Michael Pittman and a Josh Downs that is really proven. I think the answer needs to be is, what the hell happened to Alec Pierce? And can we... He's going to still be under contract, but like, does he become our fourth receiver with another good young receiver? He just didn't
get very many targets.
He didn't get a lot of targets, but
unless it was the deep ball.
Right. That was it.
I mean, that's really it.
So I think they re-signed Michael Pittman, and I do think they get another wide receiver in the draft.
Do the targets change for AP when AR is back?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They had a chemistry. They had a chemistry. And that really, really matters. I don't know that Minshew had a chemistry with one wide receiver. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Josh
Downs. Yeah, that was it. And they didn't put him out there enough to me to make that continue to flourish.
No. Who is Minshew someone? Would you bring Minshew back? That was an inquiry that I saw Colts coverage. Shout out to Colts coverage on Twitter. Put out Gardner Minshew. Do you re-sign him? That was a tough question for me. My gut was like, no, but knows the system, great in the locker room, knows AR. They're very, very tight. Him and Steichen are tight, and he's really supposed to be a backup. His job is not to play. His job is to teach.
Yeah, I don't see the reasoning why not.
Okay.
Because he's cheap.
Okay.
He can do another 1 year, $2 to $3 million, and it won't really affect us much. We have $72 million in cap space.
What does that mean?
What do you mean?
We have $72 million in cap space. Like we have $72 million to spend before we start getting fined.
Right. If you go over the cap.
Okay. Yeah. So we have $72 million to give to unrestricted free agents.
Correct. Like that are not on our roster. We have $72 million to spend. That is not.
Is that a lot compared to like most years?
Yeah,
right.
We're second highest going into.
So we should like make a splash.
Exactly.
Like make a
That's
splash.
Why I said I don't know that they're going to do that with a wide receiver because.
So do you go get Jalen Ramsey? Like who's the DB you go get?
Do you bring back Gilly Lock?
I knew you were gonna. I knew you were gonna.
Do you try to go get Rock? Yes. No.
Denzel Ward.
You're gonna go do that. Do you go get a defensive end? You're going to see that type of thing because I'd rather them spend money there.
Okay.
Because you can find, with what they already have, the nucleus that they already have, you can go find additional talent
to fill in
in a wide receiver position.
All right.
Whether it be a young rising star that's drafted.
Okay.
And you re-sign Pittman, who's not a bad re-sign. Like, I don't want to be like, that's a really good re-sign. You have the money, why not? But you also have Grover Stewart to worry about.
Yes.
Kenny Moore would be my one.
Sure.
You have to keep Kenny
there
Moore.
You go.
Tyquan Lewis is cheap, and he actually had a pretty good year this year.
He had a great year.
Obviously, Isaiah McKenzie, after what happened with him, he's not going to come back.
He's out.
Blackman,
He's not mandatory for you?
He's not mandatory.
Okay.
He's not absolutely mandatory. He had a decent year. Like, he wasn't bad.
Okay.
Zach Moss is interested in coming back, but again, the cost would be very high when we already have a new contract with Jonathan Taylor.
Snurf.
So I don't know.
Okay. All right, that all checks out.
I'll have better answers for you.
I was just about to say, time will tell. He'll start getting into his draft stuff. I'm so excited. I hate that it's the off season, but this shit really excites me because this is when Pops really gets busy. And some of you guys' favorite episodes to this day is when he gets really into the draft stuff, and I'm mad geeked. Moving on, Indiana Pacers, 21-15. And interestingly enough, I want to start off tonight talking about their defense, because that is the catalyst and the reason that they are 21-15. The last 11 games, they've given up 120 points 3 times with the 8-3 record. And just to give you a little bit of a reference, during their 4-game losing streak before that, they gave up 20 points in every single one of those games. Before mid-December, when they started shifting things, they were giving up 120, 130, 140 pretty much all the damn time. So during this 8-3 record, they've actually, in their losses, they gave up 120 in all of those games. They just couldn't score. They scored 101, 103, 110. There was some back-to-backs there. They just couldn't score the points, but they actually held their opponents to under 120. So through my perspective, they score more than 120. They usually win, give up less than 120. One night, 18 to 120 is pretty much their spot for them. What you think on that?
Yeah. I think you put that perfectly.
Yeah.
When they're gonna score at that, we don't have a lot of great individual defenders, right?
Exactly.
But if they can keep buying into the team defense aspect and be situationally good on the defensive side of the ball.
Situationally good is a very good way to say it.
Right.
In the first half, in the second,
exactly.
End of the game. Yep. That's very good.
Scoring that much is going to take a lot out of you with the roster that you've got. It's going to be hard to play 48 minutes. Is that how long they play?
Yeah, 12 times 4. That was very good.
48 minutes. It's very tough to play 48 minutes on both sides of the ball every play.
Yeah, man.
So situationally, you have to
for 82 games.
For 82 games, which is why you got to have those situational conversations, great timeouts going, hey, this is a quarter, we got to go on a run.
For the next 4 minutes, lock up. So I think you see that there are unrealized leaders on this team. Oh, that's beautiful.
The Neesmiths, Mathurin is going into that right now.
Yep.
There are some Jalen Smith, you have some unrealized leaders that are flourishing and are going to be, because again, this is just me speaking as a money brain. You're not going to keep all of these guys forever, but they are turning into, they are developing into what they're going to be for other teams when they go, hey, we need you to have a bigger role, or we need you to be this instead.
I learned a lot of that shit playing for Rick Carlisle.
Rick Carlisle is really developing these guys, and I hope people are taking notice of that aspect of his coaching. So when people why I kept pushing back on the Mathurin not playing last year, and this year he didn't start, and he went back and forth, and these are teaching moments, and he is being a phenomenal teacher. I
don't think he even saw these notes. I'm just going to let him have that, because as we get deeper into this dude is basically, you guys will see in a second. He's a straight G over here, though. But yeah, scoring is easy. So if they want to be considered a top team on the rise, they have to contribute. They have to continue to trust one another on that defensive end of the ball. On the offense, best offense in the NBA. They lead the league in points per game at 126.8. They lead the league in assists per game at 30.9. The bench leads in the NBA in 50 points per game. Utah, just to give you guys some understanding, Utah is second with 43 points per game. So they're 7 points ahead of the second team. 8 players averaging double figures. They do have to rebound better. They're 27th in offensive rebounds per game with 9.8 per game, but they'll start to figure that out. And then just overall, man, they're growing. It's taking time. Players are buying in more, accepting roles. It's easier to score a bunch of points. So obviously on the defensive end, it'll take time. But our starting 5, our rotation is getting better. And just like you said, coaching staff is doing a phenomenal job. Coach Carlisle, is he a consideration for Coach of the Year to you?
Has to be. I think you absolutely have to be, because everyone thought the start of the season was a fluke with the in-season tournament and the Pacers being in the finals.
They sure did.
Right? Oh, at some point the scoring will slow down, or hey, because their defense has been this bad,
it'll even out.
now all of a sudden, the last stretch of 10 games,
They're D'ing up
in really good situations.
It's true.
They've beaten Milwaukee 4 out of 5 times. The top
That's
teams,
a gentleman's sweep run
right?
from.
The top teams in the East,
And 5 out of 7.
Higher percentage of losses have all been accounted for the Pacers. So when you have 76ers, you have Milwaukee, you
Boston.
have the Celtics, they are losing to the Pacers and how they're playing. So we are finally learning how to beat the top teams in the East. The next learning curve will be is in a playoff situation, how do you win 4 games?
Adjustments come into play every night.
Correct.
For sure. And we got to give a shout out to Benedict Mathurin. This young man deserves some extra attention. Pops has been talking about it. He said in year 2 he was going to come on. He's absolutely right. He's averaging 19.8 points and 5.3 rebounds in the month of January, which is his biggest number by far. This season, he is up 4% from the field goal percentage at 47.1. 3-point percentage is up 6%, 38.6. But that's not really what I'm impressed about, quite truthfully. I just looked up some stats for him just to make sure his offensive numbers were on the rise. But Carlisle's actually trusting him more down the stretch.
Yeah.
He's playing defense better in situations, but he's buying in on both ends. He's trusting his teammates. He's making the right decisions. He's focused. He's coachable. And just like you said, his second season, he would start to come into shape.
I think anybody that's been in a leadership position knows when you have a talented person that has a lot of confidence, also has to earn the right to have the ball in their hands in big moments. So respect has got to be taught, and understanding that you're not the person for this shot, and I don't necessarily have to give a reason. And you start to buy into that, that's when you start to earn that.
Or I'm taking you out of the game because you weren't playing defense, and I dare you to say something about it.
Exactly.
Right.
So now you're seeing that over the last 2 seasons in those moments. And again, watch replays of how they acted in the first year and him pulling him aside as he's coming off the court to talk to him through the whys and the ifs and the coaching moments. He is coaching Mathurin probably more than anybody else on the team individually.
Which means he sees something in him.
Which means he is trying to develop the star that we all want him to be.
For sure.
So now we're seeing this, okay, all of a sudden pull up 3 and transition 3-pointers are his highest percentage 3-point shot. You've got the freedom to do that.
Trust.
Communication and trust.
And in that, were these numbers, that was just this season when you go field goal 3-point percentage, right?
He's up 3 and up 6. That is this season from prior, yes.
Now, in the last 10 games, I think it was more than that.
And then the 19 points, the 20 points and the 5 is pretty much the month of January. So these last 5 or 6.
The last 10 games, he's shooting 42% from 3-point.
There you go.
Because of what he has developed and the confidence in his shot. Period.
There you go. And then we got to talk about the Tyrese injury. Went down last night, as we talked about, in good, bad, and the ugly. Pretty bad hamstring, listed as day-to-day, but I think he'll be gone. I thought he'd be gone for a minute. They actually said today that he'd be out for 2 weeks, which means he'll be back before the All-Star.
Around there, right? So you've got grade 1 hamstring, pull, tear, whatever you want to call it. It gives a 1 to 3 week window. Probably closer to 2 to 3 weeks when I was the doctor that I followed that does all of the NBA injuries.
They got a crazy West Coast trip coming up.
It's right, so crazy.
Crazy West Coast.
Now
trip.
we all know you play basketball. I've played basketball. Hammy ain't great.
It ain't great. It's like the one.
Even when you come back,
shit's gonna linger.
The way that he plays and how he shifts and how he uses his body to move, he will not look great when he comes back. So really, he's out longer than that.
Thank you.
I'm almost like, depending on what the team is doing, do we just hold him out, let him play in the All-Star game?
Ty probably won't be Ty again until late February.
Exactly.
For real. Just being honest. Being honest.
But when we say that, so look, I said if we go early side of that, you've got the Celtics and the Suns at the end of January, early February. Mm-hmm. Those are big games. And Denver, right in that area that you maybe look at possibility that he'd return, or you'd see him come back All-Star.
Okay, that's what I think.
Halliburton needs to play in 32 more games to be eligible for All NBA honors. There is 46 games remaining.
Ooh, he needs to play in 32 more games. Oh my gosh, we can only miss 14 games. Okay, I like that stat.
Yes,
I like that stat. I feel very confident that they will figure out how to make sure that homie gets in those games for sure. That's very good stuff. Fine print, my dog.
Fine print.
Fine print. We are there. All right, y'all. Here we go. Switching it up a little bit. I have a question for you. Mm-hmm. So let's just imagine. You're back in the dating scene.
Oh, it would suck.
Let's just imagine you're back in the dating scene. Okay. You're back out here.
Also fun.
You're on the Bumble. You're on the Tinder, Tumblr, whatever the hell these apps are. You're on Christian Mingle and FarmersOnly.com. Nope. You're hollering at these hoes for sure. There
might be some interesting ones on that Farmers one.
FarmersOnly.com. That's where the hoes are out there digging. And you're like, I met this young lady. Anyway, so
took me a second.
So I said it twice. Like he's gonna catch it the second time for sure. All right, so find a young lady. You guys decide you're gonna go out for your first date, but you have to plan it. What are you doing?
I want to see how you are in a fun social atmosphere. Right? Sense of humor is the most attractive thing to me. I like a person that doesn't take themselves too seriously because life is already too serious.
Why so serious?
So I like do we go to the arcade? I'm a nerd. Do we go to the arcade? Do we go to pins where there's like bowling?
Mecca nickel.
And TVs and pinball and this. And there's whether you bring a friend and I bring a friend and like, we see how you interact and can you hold a conversation and not just be the quiet one and I have to like pull you into conversations all the time and I got to worry if you're okay.
Basically, don't be weird.
It's a test.
It's a test.
I got to make sure you can carry yourself. You can check on me while being independent.
And that's the first day for you?
Yeah, I think that's a very easy thing.
All right, I'm not mad at that.
Bring some people around.
I'm not mad at that.
Now, that's like the test thing. I do love hey, let's go get a coffee, go on a walk, and have a nice conversation.
That's me right there. Perfect. I can't believe you just said that. I am let's meet on a Saturday. Let's go to the coffee shop. I'll get a cafe au lait. Get what you want. I'll buy it for you.
What's in a cafe au lait?
I don't know. Hot milk and coffee with a little bit of froth and probably some sugar-free vanilla.
Got it.
Syrup. Bangs. Or a white mocha, which also slaps. But let's go sit there, vibe, talk what you're into, and then go for a walk on a nice fall day with a little hoodie on and a hat through Grandview. That's like a perfect date. Or like a little cocktail and canvas. Let's go paint. Let's go be a little vulnerable, have a little drink, and do a little canvas painting night together, something like that. That's me. Why am I asking you this question, Pops? Let's talk about it. So, a group of women were surveyed, and they were asked about the top places that they refuse to go on a date with a nigga to. And I want to know what you think of this list, Pops. To be completely forthcoming, I asked Brittany Dawn what she thought of this list, and I went through all 28, and she agreed with about 24 of them. She was open to the coffee date. Let me look through here. She agreed on most of these. She was open to the coffee date for sure. She was open to church back in the day, obviously being where she's come from, and she was open to a sporting event. Other than that, she was completely like, no, this list is right. Are you shocked? Especially because you know her as well as you know her. You're shocked, right?
Mm-hmm. Here's what I'll say about the list.
Do you want to talk? Do you want to go through the list? Should we tell them the list? Cheesecake Factory.
Top 10?
Okay.
Cheesecake Factory, Applebee's, Chili's, Chipotle, Olive Garden, the movies, Your House, any fast food chain, Buffalo Wild Wings, Wingstop, Red Lobster. Oh, I went to 11. So
I wouldn't take a young lady to most of those places on my first date either.
I wouldn't do that.
I would on the first date. I wouldn't either.
Correct.
I wouldn't.
I'm not going to Cheesecake Factory.
Nope.
Is so
Too many options.
too many options.
Too many,
Yes,
for sure.
Applebee's don't.
Stop.
Chili's same thing.
Your house, get it out.
Creepy.
Stop it.
Olive Garden.
I mean,
I don't really like Olive Garden, so like that's hard for me to say.
For sure.
The movies. I think that
you're just not talking. There's no get to know me in the movie theater.
I would if I took somebody to McDonald's, I'd hope they say no.
For sure. I
B-dubs,
mean, I agree with a lot of this list.
Wingstop.
But like ice cream dates, totally about that life.
Yeah.
Coffee dates, totally about that life. Bowling, I would totally do that. A bar just for drinks to meet for a cocktail on a first date,
So
I would totally do that.
I get why the gym's on there because ego is wrapped in there. I want to see how much you can work out. Maybe I'm going to show off in front of you. So I feel like that's kind of I get where their mind goes.
Well, on the first 90 days, you're just sending your representative anyway. So it's all it's all a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I guess I agree with a lot of this list for sure. I
don't like that there's a list.
That's exactly what it is for me. Like, why's there got to be a list?
Why is there a list?
Like, why is it like?
Why is there a survey?
Who's like, can we make a list?
Like,
do we get a list?
And I remember because I think we talked about this.
We should get a list.
Like, I think we talked about this, and there was that interview that they talked about that the list was coming up, and we went back and forth about this. And I said, and I like what the guy goes. He goes, "Why is there a list on what I can't spend? Take you out and spend my if it isn't my money? Like, are we going Dutch? Like, is it? But it like my money and these are 28 no's."
That's a lot of no's. We're not that creative no more.
Right. Like 28
What about a picnic?
no's?
Is a picnic cool? Like a little like picnic.
The
cool?
wife loves picnics.
Like, can we just meet for a picnic on the first date, or is that like no? He's too cheap. Is that
I
not
don't
like
eating outside?
I don't.
I don't like bugs.
I don't like
Getting
bugs. I
right.
don't like.
I don't
bugs.
want to be doing this with flies and shit. I don't like
bugs.
that. Yeah.
All right. Moving on. Speaking of bugs, this guy bugs the hell out of me. Tiger Woods and Nike part ways. How you feel about that, bro? Is that a deal big?
I think it's a big deal. That's 27 years of seeing the swoosh on somebody that was so inspirational to a lot of people.
Yeah.
I think it's a big deal, but I agree with what you wrote here. It's exactly the conversation that I had with Brendan at work today. Is he was like, is he just going to go to TaylorMade? And I said, no. He's turning in the Tiger Woods into his own brand like Jordan did out of Nike.
Tiger Enterprises all of the way.
Yeah.
What else would he do? Like, you don't go from Nike to New Balance.
Right. Right.
That's not how that happens.
No, you're like, let me create my own brand, which my son will then wear when he plays.
Exactly.
Right.
I want Charlie and that Tiger, cuz what are we talking about? We're so on the same page. Moving on, fine print. Shot for shot number 2. I'm going to go first. I think my shot for shots may be a little bit too easy today, quite truthfully. This may be hard. Michigan went to the 1998 Rose Bowl. Who was the quarterback MVP?
Tom Brady.
Oh.
No?
Brian Greasy.
It was Brian Greasy.
Brian Greasy.
Damn.
I know, right?
Where's the ball? Give me that ball. I made the last 2. See if I can keep it going. Nope, that's bad.
Nope. Wasn't bad. Just soft. I mean, just light. Just
been a little while.
Short.
Shouldn't have left you. Thought I don't beat the step 2. Step 2. Vicky. Here we go.
That's that Timberland featuring that's that Aaliyah featuring Timberland for you hoes who don't know what that was.
Or how about this one?
Y'all need to go look up. Y'all need to go look up Aaliyah. A lot of y'all might not know that Aaliyah. Actually, most of our listeners and watchers
probably don't know.
They know Aaliyah.
Our listeners,
a lot of our listeners are definitely in that for sure.
Yeah.
For sure, they know Aaliyah. Go.
Who was the first Pacer to have his jersey number retired? Mel Daniels, Roger Brown, or George McGinnis?
George McGinnis.
Trick question. All of these.
Well, I win. I win because George McGinnis definitely did. I was like, that's who I'm going with. I win.
All three had their numbers retired on November 2nd, 1985.
That's silly.
Nice shot.
There you go.
There it was. I knew that was in.
There you go.
Yeah.
And that right there is how you shut it down, y'all. Great run, man. We're back.
We're back.
We're all the way back. We will see you Friday at 10 a.m. This episode was dope. We covered a lot of shit. Probably about an hour and 35. We got in, we got out. Feels great. What else we got going on? Is it good? Is it close?
Hour 35.
Hour and 35. You know, y'all, we already had this talk, so that's beautiful. What you going to close us out?
Thank you for listening to our latest episode of Penn Pops, the 317 Sports Project. Episode 43, Let a Naysayer Know. Peace.
See you guys soon.
Cause I was like 2 years old, first time I heard a beat drop. Yeah. And by 3 years old, I'm learning how to beatbox. Yeah. 4 or 5 years old when I'm putting on the 45s. Final. Needle to the groove, I'm scratching up the sweet spots. Homie from the East Block, a Naptown where the fiends flock. Skip school all day, mama couldn't keep watch. Fresh fade with the Reeboks. Man, nah, nigga couldn't tell me nothing. I'm so sick in my own lane, preteen, pimping all the light skin, red bone loving. Boombox on with the headphones bumping, dreaming to find my niche. Cause I ain't really know back then when I picked up my first notebook and a black pen. That little nigga with a rhyme like this. I wasn't thinking to the days of a dope band, new EPs on a compact disc. Nah, shit, truth be told, I ain't know I could sound like this. For me back then, it was all a dream. 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 And this shit right here be the blue dreams do come true. And this shit right